So I haven't done a video about my schedule in a while. Like, I've obviously shown you bullet journaling videos, but I haven't actually made a video about what I'm doing for my scheduling. And before I jump into that, if you're new, hey, I am Rachel Aust. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you're interested in stuff like organization, health, fitness, and minimalism. So in today's video, I'm going to catch you guys up on what I do to construct my perfect weekly schedule now, because I had so much stuff going on, and I'm sorry, that's why I missed a few uploads for like 2 or 3 months. I was only uploading once a week instead of my usual 2 times per week. But we're getting back to normal, it's good. But I'm gonna show you guys how I structure my week to get as much out of it as possible. You can do this whether you work for yourself, whether you work for someone else, whether you are a stay-at-home mom or dad or whatever you do. This is just to create the structure in your week to make sure you have time to get everything done. What I'll need you to do though is grab a piece of paper or a notebook or something and a pen or a pencil, because there is gonna be a little bit of planning with this. So grab your notepad and your pen and you can follow along, and I'll show you exactly the methods that I work through when it comes to putting my schedule together. Alright, before I jump into it, please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up for me, and I have a comment request from you guys, because I'm curious and I feel like I haven't had a chance to actually ask you guys a question in a minute. So I'd love to know, what sort of thing do you do for a job? You don't have to be specific, I don't even know where you work, but I'd love to know what exactly you do. Like, are you a freelance photographer, or do you work from home in your own business, or do you work in retail, or are you a full-time student? I'm very curious. I'm looking forward to reading all of your answers because I do love getting to know you guys better, and I'm going to jump into the planning section now.
Now, this is not something that I would do every week. This is something that I would do every like 4 or 5 months or so. I just like to sit down and graph out a page of what I want to be spending my time on. I'm a visual person, so I tend to make a chart like this. You can do it whatever way you like, but this just helps me really see where my priorities are. So, you know, roughly how much time in a week I want to dedicate to training, how much time I need to put towards ERL 12, how much time for study, how much time for filming, all of that sort of thing. It really makes me get my priorities in order, because you know what, your priorities have probably changed from 5 months ago to what they need to be now. So it's about figuring out what I want to spend my time on, and after I have this graph in place, I'm able to start moving on and figuring out how to split up my weeks. Now it's time to figure out your important dates and appointments, because this is something that you want to be adding to all the time. You could use a phone calendar for this, but I'm really enjoying having an actual physical calendar, and I leave it on my fridge just so that I can see it, because let's be real, I'm always going into my fridge because I work from home, so I get my meals out of the fridge all the time. So it means that I can see it quite regularly. I can add to it, I can take away from it, so I can go back and edit this, and once a week I'll go and like redraw it and shuffle things up and add things to it or change them away as I need to. I just really like having it drawn out in front of me so that I can see it and remember those appointments and little schedule things. Now, to actually schedule my week, I like to take my bullet journal, and this is the layout I've been doing. I was never really one for scheduling weeks, but I'm just finding it a lot easier now, because the way my projects are, I just need to split my days up, and I need to give myself some working hours and some times where I stop. So now I don't start work until 7 a.m. and I make sure that the latest that I finish is 9 p.m. So I draw across 7 columns, and then down the right hand side of that I will mark time so that I can draw blocks throughout the day, and I can actually break my day up into pieces. So if you had like a regular job to go to, you can put that in a block, and then after that you could put like training, or everything just gets split up into blocks, and then I write my tasks that I have to do in that time period with that. So it's not just like heaps and heaps of long to-do lists. Each little to-do list is going in the block. On the very left, there's a to-do list, and that's just tasks that have to be done at some stage that week. And now you can see I'm drawing these blocks, so I'd say filming, and then I'll come back and I'll write in what I'm going to film, or I'll say editing, and then I'll come back in and write down to-dos of what I have to edit. So it's just helping me keep it a lot more segmented and giving me some sort of like work-life balance. So once I've drawn up my whole week like this, I'll go in and add the to-do tasks, and that's how I split up my week.
Alright, I hope you found that useful. That is the method that I have been using to plan out my last couple of months, just to make sure everything is staying on track and I can get as many tasks done as possible, which is hard sometimes because sometimes you can't get through everything, but you've just got to persevere and do what you can. Again, if you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, make sure you do it, and I will catch you guys in the comments below. See ya!